Welcome, everyone. Huge congratulations on taking your very first step with the Horizon Intern Data Analyst Internship Program. I am literally so thrilled to be your guide for Module 1. Now, if you're feeling a mix of excitement and maybe, a tiny bit of nerves, you are in exactly the right place. Think of this explainer as your completely friendly, jargon-free starting point. We're going straight back to basics here to build a rock-solid foundation. No confusing industry terms, just clear, straightforward concepts that are going to set you up for absolute success. So take a breath, get comfortable, and let's start uncovering the incredible world of data together.
So to kick things off, let's think about a scenario we all know. Have you ever just crashed on your couch, opened up Netflix, and found the absolute perfect show recommended right there at the top? It almost feels like they're reading your mind, right? Well, I promise you there is zero magic involved here. Netflix, and pretty much every other major company today, isn't just guessing your binge-watching habits. They are using the incredible power of data. Every single click, every pause, every show you binge in one weekend, it all tells a story. And learning how to read that story, well, that's exactly what this program is all about.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with a quick welcome to data analytics, check out the 4 different types, look at the data analyst role itself, walk through a really simple analytics workflow, dive into some real-world successes, and then wrap up with your next steps.
All right, let's dive right into Section 1. Welcome to Data Analytics, the core of modern decision-making.
Before we actually start working with data, we really need to know what we're trying to achieve. Basically, data analytics has completely transformed how businesses operate. It shifts them away from just guessing and moves them towards actually knowing. Put simply, data analytics is the process of examining information to spot patterns, answer business questions, and help companies make better decisions. Now notice what is not here. No advanced mathematics, no decade of coding required. At its absolute heart, data analytics is just about being curious. It's like looking at a pile of information, say coffee shop sales or restaurant delivery times, and finding the hidden story that tells the business owner exactly how to improve. Honestly, if you can ask good questions and you enjoy solving puzzles, you already have the foundational mindset of an analyst.
Moving right along to Section 2, Types of Data Analytics, looking at the past, present, and future. Now that we know what data analytics is, let's explore how it's actually applied. There are 4 main categories, and what's really interesting is how they build from basic reporting all the way to future strategy. Let's think of a simple lemonade stand. First up is descriptive analytics. What happened? Well, you sold 50 cups yesterday. Next is diagnostic. Why did it happen? You look a little deeper and realize, oh, it was 95 degrees outside. Then comes predictive. What will happen? Tomorrow's forecast is hot, so you predict you're going to sell 50 cups again. And finally, prescriptive. What should we do? Since you expect high sales, you advise the business to go buy more lemons and ice today. From simple facts to a full-blown strategy, this is exactly how the process works.
Next up, Section 3, the data analyst role, the human behind the numbers.
We've talked about the high-level concepts, but let's talk about you, the actual person doing this critical work. I absolutely love this quote. A data analyst is a translator between numbers and business decisions. Because let's be real, raw data by itself is basically useless. Dropping 10,000 rows in a spreadsheet on a CEO's desk doesn't tell them what to do. It literally just gives them a headache. You are the bridge. You understand that confusing data and you translate it into clear, actionable advice.
So what does that translation look like on a day-to-day basis? Well, here are your practical, everyday responsibilities. First, you got to start by asking the right business questions. You have to know what problem you're trying to solve before you even glance at the data. Then, you gather and organize the information, basically bringing all the puzzle pieces to the table. Third, you look closely to spot trends and patterns, figuring out exactly how those puzzle pieces fit together. And finally, and this is absolutely crucial, you share your insights with the team. Notice how problem-solving and clear communication are the real keys to success here. Your job isn't just to find the answer, it's to explain the answer so clearly that the business can immediately take action.
Let's jump to Section 4, the analytics workflow, a simple blueprint for success.
To hit those daily responsibilities smoothly, analysts use a structured approach. Think of this as your everyday blueprint, a super simple 4-step workflow to turn a massive question into a clear solution. Step 1. Ask the question. For example, why are our Tuesday night restaurant sales so low? Step 2. Gather the data. You pull the receipts from the last 6 months of Tuesdays. Step 3, find patterns. You dig in and realize, oh, families stop coming in after 7 p.m. Step 4, share the insights. You go to the owner and say, hey, let's offer a kids eat free special from 5 to 7 p.m. to boost our early dinner crowd. It's such a logical cycle, and the beautiful thing is it works just as well for a local shop as it does for a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 5, Real-World Success Stories, How Top Companies Use Data. Speaking of massive corporations, let's see how top companies apply this exact same 4-step workflow to make incredibly high-stakes decisions every single day. The scale is obviously bigger, but the underlying logic is identical. Netflix asks, what will viewers watch next? And they analyze millions of habits to create personalized recommendations. Swiggy asks, how can we speed up delivery? And they use data to map out optimized routes and avoid traffic. Amazon asks, are we running out of stock? And predicts their inventory needs before you even click buy. It just brilliantly illustrates how simple data solutions can solve incredibly complex business problems.
And let's look at how this builds completely different outcomes depending on the company's ultimate goal. Take Instagram. They analyze your watch time. If you pause on a funny dog video for 3 seconds, their data tells them, hey, show them 10 more. Their main goal is engagement. Flipkart, on the other hand, analyzes your browsing history. If you look at running shoes, they're going to show you running socks. Their goal is to increase sales through matching products. The workflow is exactly the same, but the final outcome perfectly matches what the business actually needs to succeed.
Finally, Section 6, Summary and Next Steps. Wrapping up Module 1. Wow, we have covered a tremendous amount of ground today. Let's do a quick rapid-fire summary of the core takeaways before you move on to your next step. First, data analytics is simply about finding patterns to drive smarter business decisions. Second, the 4 types of analytics range from describing what happened all the way to prescribing what to do. Third, your primary role as an analyst is to be that translator, turning raw numbers into actual human insights. And finally, top companies rely on that simple, repeatable 4-step workflow to find their answers.
So, you now understand the true power of data and the incredibly vital role you play as an analyst, which leaves just one big question. What will your first data discovery be? The world is literally full of fascinating, hidden patterns just waiting for someone curious enough to find them. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. You are officially ready to take the next step. So go ahead and proceed to Module 1.2 in the Horizon Intern portal, and I will see you there.